Go Parlay King Sports. I'm back to talk about this NFL Sunday. What we saw yesterday. And I saw a whole lot yesterday. Starting off, I think Russell Wilson I think he washed, man. I think he washed. I think he is washed. To only get 16 points yesterday at home, that's a travesty, man. It's a travesty. I think he washed. I think the Denver Broncos need to go find them a quarterback because this is crazy. Jimmy Garoppolo threw for more yards. He had more yards than Russell Wilson. Right. Yeah, that under came in. That under was gravy in that Denver Vegas game. But I'm saying Russell Wilson, you had the whole offseason to prepare for the Las Vegas Raiders, and you come out and lose like that. Like, that's pathetic, man. He washed up, man. He washed up. Hey, good morning, man. Good morning, Mr. Turner. Good morning. The Dallas Cowboys, man, the Dallas Cowboys looked real good last night, man. That defense was on point. Daniel Jones, he don't have no success versus the Dallas Cowboys. Against everybody else, he can do some things against everybody else, but he just can't beat Dallas. He can't beat Dallas. Man, what I tell you about Colorado, man. I told you about Colorado, man. I said we gonna make a whole lot of money with Deion Sanders, man, because the odds makers keep disrespecting him and shit. Well, they just paid Daniel Jones, so that's the crazy thing about it. Like, they just gave Daniel Jones like $100 and some million and shit. So it's just one game and shit. But Dallas got that defense was outstanding last night, man. It was outstanding. Oh, yeah, the Minnesota Vikings are done. They're done. They're done. Kirk Cousins, I keep saying Kirk Cousins, he is overrated, man. This dude get paid max money and don't never produce. Like, I wish I had a job like that where I get paid max money and don't never produce shit. And everything is all good and shit. Like, that's crazy. That's what's going on up there in Minnesota. And all the weapons you got, they just signed the tight end that they just signed. They gave dude like $150 million and shit. You gave the tight end $150 million. Then you just drafted the one receiver out of USC. He caught a touchdown yesterday. But I didn't hear nothing from Justin Jefferson. And they trying to tell me that Justin Jefferson is the second best player in the whole NFL. I'm not buying that, man. Like, they just think that they can just say anything and we just supposed to just take it, man. Like, we just supposed to take it, bro. That defense in Minnesota trash, man. The rookies, I was impressed with Anthony Richardson for not throwing no picks yesterday. I was very impressed by that because everybody threw a pick. Bryce Young threw 2 picks. C.J. Stroud threw a pick. Shit. Jordan Love was nasty yesterday. You might as well say he a rookie too, because this is first start, man. He looked outstanding. The Bengals and Chiefs are not going. It's not looking too much like. Nah, they don't look like juggernauts. Patrick Mahomes looked normal without Travis Kelce. When he ain't got Travis Kelce, shit, he look like an average quarterback. Man. And Cincinnati, they've been getting dominated by Cleveland for years. So I expected them. That was one of my winners I had, though, Cleveland on the money line yesterday in the NFL, because I looked at Joe Burrow's record. He was already 0-4 in Cleveland. So I'm like, that ain't going to change. And then when it was raining, you know what I'm saying? Like, when it was raining and the wind was blowing and all that, Cincinnati, they basically tapped out. Like, they tapped out, man. They tapped out. But it ain't no excuse, though, because Watson was out there producing. So it ain't no excuse. You can't sit up here and say, oh, it was raining and That's the reason why we couldn't produce. Like, nah, why Watson out here producing? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to hear that. Man, Tyreek Hill nasty, man. He was cooking. Whoever was checking him yesterday, man, was getting torched. I mean, that was ugly, man. I mean, torched to the max. I mean, he was blowing right past him, man. Like, how the hell Tyreek outrun the DB and the safety and shit? Like, this dude is on some Usain Bolt. He get out there in that open field, it's over. Like, man, it's a wrap. Like, it's over. You just stop running. Like, it's over. Like, Patrick Mahomes wish he had a Tyreek Hill and shit right now. Like, I wish I had a Tyreek Hill. All those guys that was dropping the ball in that game on Thursday, the opening night game, all those drops that the players had from Kansas City. Like, they need to be doing catching drills all week. Like, that's all we doing is catching the football all week until Saturday. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to catch like 200 footballs a day. You know what I'm saying? 200 footballs a day, man, because y'all had too many drops, man. Patrick Mahomes he was throwing passes that anybody else would throw. That shit would be picked off and shit, man. He was throwing strikes and they was dropping that shit. Yeah, welcome to what's his name? Geno Smith. Welcome to the Geno Smith era. All right. It seemed like once these guys get the bag, man, they stop playing, man. Joe Burrow got the bag. He went out there Sunday, played like straight garbage. They said 89 yards passing he had. Like, I ain't never seen that before out of Joe Burrow. Like, I think he injured. Like, they keep trying to put it on the wind and the weather and all that shit, man. I think Joe Burrow injured, man. Real talk, and they just don't want to tell us. Fitzmagic was better. Yeah, Fitzmagic was better than Kirk Cousins. Hell yeah, Kirk Cousins is an overpaid, overhyped quarterback, man. I ain't never seen Kirk Cousins do nothing in the NFL. He'll win a couple of games that he wasn't supposed to win and all that shit. But I'm talking about as far as get to the playoffs, those are the wins that count. That's what takes you to the next level when you're a quarterback. Anybody can win games in the regular season. It takes greatness to win games in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That's how you become great, when you go on the road in the playoffs and get dubs. That's how you turn into greatness. Yeah, Seahawks, it don't look, and they just lost a running back yesterday. And the Baltimore Ravens lost their running back too yesterday, J.K. Dobbins. He just came off the IR. J.K. Dobbins just came off the IR. He going right back on the IR. He out for the season. He tore his Achilles yesterday. It's over. Right. Right. Yeah, Justin Fields, he ain't an NFL quarterback, man. He do too much goddamn running, man. Every time I looked at him yesterday, he was running the goddamn football and shit. I'm like, man, this dude, like, that's not no NFL. That's not going. You can't win long term when your quarterback just running and shit, bro. Like, it's just not gonna happen, man. Like, when the last time you seen a running quarterback win the Super Bowl? I'm waiting. Like, when the last time you seen a running quarterback win the Super Bowl? Like, I ain't seen it. Not in my lifetime. I ain't seen it. You know what I'm saying? So, if your quarterback can't stand back there and throw strikes from the pocket, run, mobility around the pocket, not always like relying on the run and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your quarterback ain't gonna last long. Yeah, hell yeah. The scouts don't know what the fuck they be doing, man. They get paid all that money and shit and go draft some mediocre shit. You know what I'm saying? They be passing up on motherfuckers and shit. Like, it's like it's like San Francisco went and spent 3 first-round draft picks on Trey Lance and then traded him for a 4th-round pick. Man, the GM's supposed to get fired for some shit like that, man. You traded 3 first-round picks for this guy, and then you find out he ain't the guy, and then, like, and you still got your job. Like that's crazy. Like the only reason why he still got his job is because of Mr. Irrelevant saving his ass. He keep getting wins. You know what I'm saying? So when you winning, the organization will look past your flaws. Like they basically looking past his flaws. Like because there's no way anybody else give up 3 picks, 3 first-round picks. They getting fired if that shit don't work out, bro. Right. There's always somebody open. You know what I'm saying? He just can't read the field. Like his first instinct is always run, run, run. But he ain't gonna last long, man. He ain't gonna last long. He ain't gonna last long, bro. Like he ain't gonna last long at all, man. CJ Stroud, all right. He gonna be all right. They rookies, you know what I'm saying? So ain't no pressure on rookies. This your first year, so ain't no pressure on them. I just want to see progression. That's all. Yeah, right. You right about that, Turner. You on point today, man. You on point today. What about the Rams, man? The Rams. They beat Seattle by 17 and shit. Like that's crazy. Matthew Stafford, I thought he was washed up. He come out of the woodwork like, nah, I ain't washed. I'm about to take these motherfuckers down without Cooper Rush. Like, I don't need Cooper Rush. Like, he went out there and did his thing. I gotta give Matthew Stafford props yesterday, man. And Baker Mayfield. You know what I'm saying? Baker Mayfield should be their franchise quarterback, man. Like he your franchise quarterback, man. He went up in Minnesota and got a dub yesterday. He was a 6.5, 7 point underdog. Went up there and took Minnesota and fucked down. So that's your franchise quarterback. They need to pay him. And they need to get off Dak Prescott's ass too, man. Dak 40 nothing. Mouth, the New York Giants, they didn't get nothing. A goose egg in 4 quarters. That's pathetic, man. To be an NFL team Sunday night football. I know the ratings was trash. I know the ratings was trash. People they didn't watch that shit. Only people that watched that game last night was real diehard Dallas Cowboy fans. That's it. Baker balled out, man. He balled out. Yeah, you was saying that, boss. You did say Dolphins over the Chargers. Yeah, you did say that shit, bro. I kept thinking. See, what I was doing, I thought the defense for the Chargers was gonna be able to slow down Tyreek Hill, and no, the fuck it can't. Shit, Tyreek Hill roasted them guys yesterday, man. They got roasted, toasty. That's what they was doing. That's what Tyreek Hill was doing. God damn, Tua looked like MVP. Matter of fact, I gave him the MVP for week one. MVP goes to Tua. 466 yards, 3 touchdowns, outstanding performance. He MVP for week one. Jordan Love looked good too from Green Bay. He looked real good. So if I'm a Green Bay Packer fan, I'm loving that. I'm loving what I saw yesterday. I'm loving what I saw yesterday, man. That was very impressive. I was very impressed by that. I was very impressed by that Green Bay Packers. Like they look like they look like they're gonna win the division and go into the playoffs. And, sky's the limit. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen when you get into the playoffs. Ain't nothing guaranteed in the NFL. That's why I love the NFL. It's so hard body and shit. Because it's 17 weeks of hard bodiness. And can you survive through this 17 weeks, this gauntlet of a schedule? Can you survive at the end? Like, will you be standing at the end? That's why I love the NFL, man. Because you got to be mentally strong to survive in the NFL. If you mentally weak, you won't get to the playoffs. Yeah, on paper, their defense is good. That defense ain't good when they get into gameplay. Like, Nah, I can't back that defense. That defense trash. 20-20 lead. Yeah, no, that was a 30-point lead in the playoffs. 30. 30. Trevor Lawrence came back from 30 down to win that game. Shit, right? That was the first time a team that was the first time in NFL history a team has ever came back from a 30-point deficit to win the game. Like that was the first time. Like that was the first time, man. The defensive coordinator should have got fired. I'd have fired the coordinator. I'd have fired the coach. Everybody would have got fired. Heads would have rolled if I was the owner of the Chargers and we lose that game up 30. The coach fired, defense fired, the whole staff, everybody fired. Man, you got me. No, I'm not accepting that. Everybody gone. Like I would have. It would have been a clean sweep. Like as soon as we'd have lost. Soon as we'd have lost the game, they would have came back to the Chargers facility, and then I would have told everybody like, man, the whole coaching staff fired. I'll holler at y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? GM, I'll holler at you. I'm cleaning house. Right? I'm cleaning house. But see, when you a billionaire, you don't make moves like that. You know what I'm saying? You just like, I just take it and keep on going because they don't even want to hire coaches for real. Some organizations just don't want to win. I think the Chargers is one of them. I don't think they really want to win, man. Because how can you bring that coach back after you lose a 30-point lead in the playoffs, man? Like, nah, man. Like, man, hey, the 49ers looked good yesterday, man. We talking about they bullied the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. It was bully ball. Like, Pittsburgh Steelers got steamrolled by the 49ers yesterday. It was ugly, man. It was ugly, man. Right. They did whatever they wanted to do on Pittsburgh. Ran the ball up the middle, on the sides, screen pass, man, everything, man. Pittsburgh, I thought Pittsburgh would have played better because they was at home. You know what I'm saying? They got completely dominated. Like, I didn't see no physicality whatsoever from Pittsburgh. They looked soft. They looked like a team that was defeated in the first quarter. Like they was defeated in the first quarter, man. And you have Brock Purdy out there looking like Joe Montana. Man, he was out there throwing strikes. It was third and 13, first down. Third and 16, first down. Third and 17, first down. Like, man, he kept getting first downs. Like, I'm like, man, this dude keeps striking. And it just, it's mind-boggling, man, that this dude was the last pick in the draft. Like, we ain't never seen no shit. Like, we ain't never seen the last pick of the draft do nothing what dude just did. Like, dude, it's crazy, man. Dude is real. He real good. Like, this dude real good, man. For you to get picked the last pick of the draft, why? Why you fall that far? Like, why did you fall to the last pick of the draft, man? Like, that's crazy, man. I mean, this dude is unbelievable, man. He is unbelievable, man. Like, I got the 49ers coming out the NFC. Like, man, they coming out the NFC. Like, I don't see nobody beating that. That defense looked ferocious yesterday. Like, linebackers was hitting, corners was picking stuff off. Like, man, we talking about total domination. Total domination. From start to finish. They did not let up. It was ugly. It was hard to watch that game. I had to turn to the New England and Philadelphia game yesterday. And New England almost came back. They was getting blown out all game, and then they almost came back. Like, Mac Jones ain't the answer, man. He is trash. Mac Jones is trash. All right. New England gonna finish at the bottom of their division for a fact. Right. No playoffs, none of that shit till you get Mac Jones up out of here. Yes. Yes, we love the Jets tonight. Yes, yes, yes. Jets, Jets, Jets. Even though I hate Aaron Rodgers and shit, man. Like, I don't even like Aaron Rodgers, man. But I think he's going to win tonight because I think Buffalo is overrated. I think the Buffalo Bills are overrated. Right? I keep seeing Josh Allen on all these goddamn commercials when he ain't did nothing in the NFL. Like, man, when the playoffs come, what have you done for me lately? I ain't trying to hear you was 3 seconds away from getting to the Super Bowl and you let Tyreek Hill roast you in 3 seconds to the end zone. I ain't seen you do nothing else. Oh, it's supposed to be the weather's supposed to be messed up. I ain't seen the reports on the weather, but I love the Jets tonight though. On the money line. What ain't no value with 2.5 points, man. Like ain't no value in that, man. Because games don't end with 2 points. You know what I'm saying? You either gonna win by 3 points or a touchdown. So 2.5 ain't that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's money line or don't even play, don't even touch the game. Right. But I love the Jets money line all day long. I think it was when I locked it in, it was plus I got plus 115. Oh, it's supposed to be thunderstorms? Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely like the Jets because they got the better running game. They got the better running game. They got the better defense. Jets got a better defense than Buffalo. Buffalo got all that hype because Josh Allen be all these goddamn NFL commercials, and he don't show up when the playoffs come. You know what I'm saying? He don't show up. Burrow just came up in Buffalo, took over Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? It's new sheriff in town, Joe Burrow. Early leans for week 2. I need to see the spreads. I ain't even seen the spreads in the NFL yet. I'm still I just came out the lab in college football. It's a couple of games I like in college football this week. But I ain't seen the I ain't keep I won't key into the NFL till probably like Friday night. All right, I'm deep in college football right now. You know what I'm saying? Deep in college football. Yeah, I know, because the spread is -2. They got all them Buffalo Bill backers. They gonna lose their money tonight. They gonna lose their money tonight, man. You're gonna lose your money tonight if you bet with the Bills. You're gonna lose. UAB money line. Who they play? I don't know. I just saw UAB get murdered last week by who is it? Georgia Southern or Georgia State? Somebody like that. They got beat down last Sunday. I mean Saturday. Man, they should beat Arizona. The Giants should beat Arizona, like for real. Like Arizona, man. Joshua Dobbs, Louisiana. Which Louisiana? Is that Louisiana Raising Cajuns or Louisiana Tech? Because see, they got two of them. And what's the point spread? Yeah, Trent Dilfer got blown out too Saturday. They gave up. I think they gave up like 46 points Saturday. -1. Cajuns, Louisiana Cajuns. Oh yeah. Nah, I'm the hell nah. I ain't taking no UAB on the road. Nah. Take Louisiana. Hell no. Hell no. I just saw that defense get shredded last Saturday, man. They just gave up like 56 points to I think they was playing Georgia State or Georgia Southern. They was playing one of them Georgia teams, man. They gave up 56 points last week. No. Taking Louisiana all day long. Like, no, not taking no UAB with that defense. That defense was trash. That was one of the games that I kept my eye on. I ain't put no money on it. It was UAB and Georgia somebody. I just was watching it. Like those are one of the games where you don't put no money on. You just watch the outcome to see what goes on in that game. That defense was trash. 56 points. Like I don't even know who the team they was playing. Like man, you gave up 56 to these guys. Like nah. I can't never back them on the road. Nah. Gannon is now the coach of which Gannon? Rich Gannon? Gannon is now the coach of Arizona. Remember, he's the former coach of the Eagles defense. Oh shit, he probably was. He probably was. Yeah. Yeah, take the Louisiana Cajuns, man. No UAB. See, that's how they get you with the -1. You know what I'm saying? That's how the bookies get you, man. You got to be a seasoned vet to see that shit, man. It's a couple of games in college football I see that the odds makers, they got these games wrong. Like, and I'm glad they slipping. I want you to keep slipping so I can, so we can win over here. Because like I said, I'm coming off a 5-0 week in college football in week 2, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm on fire over here with these plays, man. Like, I know everybody be wanting to put together nice parlays or whatever, and there ain't nothing wrong with that, just long as you keep your wager at a minimum for something that if you lose, it ain't gonna hurt you. But all you need is 5 teams, man. You know what I'm saying? A 5-teamer with $45, $50 on that, man. That's a nice come up for the weekend, man. You talking about, my cash outs is always gonna be thousands if you betting 25 and up. Your cash out's gonna be 1,000 or more with a 5-teamer. You know. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool too. 2-team parlays. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Former Philadelphia Eagles defense coordinator. Oh, he with Arizona? Oh, okay. What's the spread on that Arizona Giants game? That's what I want to know. What's the spread? And the over and under. No. I just couldn't believe that Ohio State was favored by 44 points against Youngstown State. I don't care who they playing. They can't cover no goddamn 44-point spread. Like, that was locked Saturday. Like, as soon as I seen that, I had to lock that in immediately. I'm like, nah, hell nah, not what I just saw. Not what I just saw against Indiana. Hell nah. Giants -4.5. You know what? The whole world gonna probably be on the Giants because they got murdered on Monday night. I probably would take Arizona with them points. Yeah, I probably would take Arizona with them points, man. Because it ain't like they went up in Washington and laid down. They did not lay down. Like they almost won that game. They almost won that game. So I would take that 4.5. Yeah, I would take that 4.5. I'll take that 4.5. Yeah. Because they lost by 4 points. I think the game was 20-17 or 20-16. I think that was the final score, 20-16. Like, they almost won that game. Look at that over all low. Under all day long. 38.5. Hell, under. See, the odds makers should be telling you which way to go on the under and overs. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bruh, you see a low under like that, that's automatic under. Like, that's automatic under. Like, nah, like, that's too low. A regular over and under in a football game should be like 42 points, 52 points, or 48 points, 49 points. You know what I'm saying? That's a regular football game. 48 points. You know what I'm saying? 38.5. That looked like an Iowa State under. They under was 36.5, and that stayed under. Hey, Iowa State, that under hit in that game. It was 36.5 and it hit. It hit. Right. So every time you see Iowa State, always go with the under. In Iowa games, period, go with the under. They just play good defense. They don't be scoring like that. They might get one or two touchdowns and kick hella field goals after that. Like, but they gonna lock you down on the defensive end though. You might not score at all, depending on what team you is. I remember Kirk France, he got to the championship game against Ohio State. They got blown out. They got blown out in the championship game. I think Michigan blew them out too because they made it to the championship game again. In Michigan, Michigan blew Iowa out in the championship game. Michigan keep coming up short in this tournament, man. What's going on up there in Michigan, man? I mean, y'all could beat Ohio State, but when y'all get into the tournament against these big dogs, man, like I don't know how the hell y'all lose to TCU, man. Like that was like Dion coming first into the college football and beat TCU. So, TCU been overrated, man. They always been overrated, man. Like, they always been overrated, man. Yeah, it all depends on what that over is. It all depends. Syracuse look like they got some offense. All right. They've been covering these spreads the last couple of weeks. I've been keeping my eye on them. All right. And I definitely had Purdue over Virginia Tech. Right? Virginia Tech is garbage. Right? If you got a competent offense, you'll beat Virginia Tech any day of the week. It don't matter if they at home or on the road. Like they just suspect, period, all the way around the board. It really ain't no marquee games this week, but let me see. You got well, if you call South Carolina, Georgia, that's one of the marquee games they keep showing on TV. They gonna show that shit. South Carolina versus Georgia. Yeah, shit, man. Who else? Let me go back to these notes in the NFL, man. Dallas with the 40-0 win. The Rams beat Seattle by 17. Chicago Bears get beat by 18 points at home. That shit was crazy. Pittsburgh Steelers get pumped. The Detroit Lions, they beat Mahomes. Syracuse runs the West Coast offense, fifth-year senior at quarterback. Okay, then. See, you've been doing your homework. I like that, man. I like that. Yeah, what's the over and under on that game? Quinn Ewers went down to Alabama and just shitted all over the Alabama Crimson Tide. Like, shitted on y'all. Like, Texas up in the small. Like, hey, man, I was watching some of these videos from these Alabama Crimson Tide fans, man. They be having me weak, bro. They be putting their heart and soul into these games, man. I be weak, man. I be laughing, bro. Like, it's all funny to me, man. Like, man, how the hell you got all this energy for this team, man. Like you ain't even on the team. Like I mean, I understand your team. You want to root for them and all that. I can understand that, man. But the way these people be acting online about their teams, man, I be like, man, this is crazy, man. Especially Alabama, man. Like, guy sat up here and told me all season, Alabama got a top flight defense. It's gonna be a no-fly zone. You ain't gonna be able to get nothing off in Alabama and all this and all that. We got 6 running backs. We're gonna run all over you and all this and all that. And then when Saturday come, you know what I'm saying? When Saturday come, I can't. Where's this murder ball y'all talking about? Where's this top flight defense y'all talking about? Jalen Milroe got exposed. He didn't even look like a real quarterback. Like, and you at home, you would have thought Alabama would have played a whole lot better because they was at home and they play like garbage, man. They play like garbage, man. They play like straight garbage, man. Jalen Milroe, he ain't gonna win you no title. He ain't winning you. He gonna win you some games, but he ain't gonna win no championships, bro. Like, it's a wrap until Nick Saban go find him a 5-star quarterback. It's over, man. Right. And I bet you Jalen Milroe is not no 5-star quarterback. When he was coming out of high school, he was not no 5-star. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit up here and tell me he a 5-star. Not what I saw Saturday. Hell no. That was pathetic. That's why I told him that their season is over with. Because I'm like, this is what you got at quarterback. This is what you got at quarterback, man. This is what your defense look like. Nah, I'm past on that shit. You know, that dynasty in Alabama, that shit over with, bro. I kept trying to tell him 2 years ago about Georgia. I'm like, man, until you beat Georgia, pipe all that Alabama talk down. It's Georgia over here taking everything down. 58.5. Damn, that's a high over. But, man, man, that's a high over, man, for that's damn near 60 points, man. Where they at in Purdue? Nah, I like the under. I like the under. That's too high. That's too high, bro. I like the under. I definitely like the under 58.5. Yeah. That's too high. That's too high. That's too high. Yeah, give me an under in that game. Yeah, but all season this guy kept telling me about Alabama defense. Oh, no, our defense is. I stay away from games like that. I stay away from New Mexico State, New Mexico. Now I'm good on that. I'm straight on that. Somebody else can go cap that. I'm straight on that. Like I skip past games like that. Anybody can win that game. I could see anybody winning that. So because they both garbage. You know what I'm saying? New Mexico State, New Mexico, both garbage. So one of y'all can luck up and win this game. Yeah, they expect offense because they see Syracuse covering them spreads. Like Syracuse had put up like 50 some points last week, but they was playing some scrubs. Like they was playing Division 3. I mean Division 2 or something like that. So yeah, you're supposed to be able to put up big points. You expect for them to go on the road and put up. They have to for that over to go over. Purdue would have to put up like 35, and then Syracuse got to put up 35 for that to go over. And I don't see that happening. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm about to write that down. Syracuse versus Purdue under 58.5. Hey, I'm gonna go to my book. If they still got that number up, I'm definitely taking the under in that game. I'm taking the under because I just don't see Syracuse putting up enough points to get that over, and I damn sure don't see Purdue putting up 60. I don't see no 60 coming out of Purdue. Nah, I don't see that. So yeah, I like the under. Give me the under in that game. But I got this locked in though. So we're gonna come back to this game uh probably Sunday. Once all the games are done, we'll come back to it and see. I'm pretty much sure that under gonna hit. Right? That shit gonna hit. I could see 14, 17, 21, 21, 14, 24, 14. I see something like that. Like I don't see no shootout that they think gonna happen. I don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Oh, UMass, man. UMass is garbage. UMass is garbage, man. I mean, if you can't beat Miami, Ohio, you garbage. All right, you garbage. Miami, I mean, UMass got blown out at home against Miami, Ohio, man. Like that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. UMass is trash. UMass is like they like Arkansas State. Arkansas State is garbage, man. That's why they be getting like 38, 35, 37, 39 points and shit, because they garbage. Like they really is garbage. Straight garbage. So I put UMass, Arkansas State, New Mexico State, New Mexico. I put all them in the same bracket. Like, bro, y'all all suspect. Missouri, Wake Forest. Missouri looked okay. Wake Forest looked good. You know, Wake Forest was rumbling for a minute right there with Vandy Saturday. Like Vandy came up in there and gave Wake Forest a little run for their money. Missouri, they ain't played nobody yet. This week they gonna play somebody though. They gonna play somebody in Kansas State though. But they can put up some points though. Like Missouri can put up some points. That I think that's gonna be a good game though. Kansas State, Missouri, that's gonna be a good game. Nah, UMass will not beat no UConn. Hell nah, UMass can't beat UConn. UMass can't beat UConn. UMass just beat they beat New Mexico State by double digits in New Mexico. All right, so UMass won't beat UConn. I bet you they play this year too. UMass play UConn this year too, and I bet you UConn gonna be the favorite. Right? I guarantee you UConn will be the favorite. No matter if they're at home or on the road, if they in UMass, they're gonna be the favorite, and they damn sure gonna be the favorite in UConn. Dude, we'll roll again. I don't know. See Northwestern, man, like they one of these teams, man. Like as soon as you count them out, man, they'll just come out and do some unthinkable shit. Like I've been watching Northwestern for years, man, and they always been that team. Like as soon as you count them out, you be like, all right, Northwestern is done. They toast, and then they come out and do some unthinkable shit and cover a spread and shit. They ain't supposed to cover, and they come out and cover a spread. Like, hey, he look good for right now. Like Will Howard, that's his name for Kansas State. Will Howard, he looked good, but this gonna be his true test when you go on the road. Let's see if he can do the same thing that he just did at home. Can he do that on the road? And if you can do that on the road, then they got something. Right? They got something. They got something. They got something. I think he gonna make it to the league. I think Will Howard gonna go to the NFL from Kansas State. Somebody gonna get him because he got a nice arm. He can throw. He can toss that ball. He got a nice and he accurate with the football too. So that's a plus too. Nebraska need to bench. What's that dude named Sims? They need to bench him, man. He's a turnover machine. Yeah, they look good right now. You know, it's still early in the season. You know what I'm saying? You look good against mediocre teams. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything look good right now. Let's wait till we get to like week 6, week 7, week 8, week 9, week 10. What you look like then? That's when we're gonna see the true teams come out when we get to like week 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you're gonna see the real dogs come out. You're gonna see the real dogs. But right now they look real good. Kansas and Washington State look real good. We're just gonna see, can they keep that up? Like, that's gonna be key. Can you keep this up? Can you sustain this for a whole season? We're gonna see. Because they ain't even got into conference play, because that Kansas State game playing Missouri, that's a Big Ten game. I mean, SEC versus the Big 12. So I don't know. I don't know, man. We're gonna see though. We gonna see. We will see. That's one thing about it. We can sit up here and talk about it all day long, but they got to go out there on the field and put it on the line and come up with the results of these games. So we will see. But yeah, that was my little recap. Texas would beat Wyoming. Yeah, they definitely gonna win, but the question is, will they cover the spread? Right, that's the question. That's the $1 million question. Can you cover the spread? And last time I saw Texas at home, they didn't cover the spread, and they was playing Rice. They was playing Rice, and they couldn't cover it. I think the spread was 35.5. They ain't even cover that shit, man. Like, that was one of my losses that I had in week 1. I thought Texas was gonna roll Rice because they rolled them last year. They beat them 48-0 last year, and they went out there and played like straight garbage, kicking field goals and shit. They did not look impressive until they seen Alabama. They stepped their game up. I think Nick Saban needs to retire, man. I think his best days behind him, man. I think his best days behind him, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no number 1 pick quarterback no more, man. Like, you sending players to the NFL, but your quarterback, man, like, that's one thing about college football. If you ain't got no quarterback, you ain't gonna win multiple games. You ain't gonna win a lot of games if you ain't got a quarterback. You need a quarterback for college football. If you ain't got a quarterback, you gonna lose a lot. Rice is better. They look good, man. Rice looked real good. They pulled off the upset last week as a 9.5 under. They was a 9.5 point underdog against Houston, and they end up beating Houston in double overtime. Like, they let Houston come all the way back, right? And yeah, JT Daniels. I mean, he all right, right? But he keep bouncing from school to school. Like, 1 minute you in Georgia, next minute you in West Virginia, next minute you in Rice, next minute you somewhere else. Like, I mean, he keep changing schools and shit, man. Like, I'm like, why you keep leaving schools? That's what I want to know. Like, why you keep leaving schools, man? You know, for you not to even for Georgia and them to kick you to the curb for Stetson Bennett, a walk on and shit, man. Like, that got me questioning your quarterback ability, because JT Daniels was the starter in Georgia. He was the starter. He got injured, and that's how Stetson Bennett got in the game. He was injured. Stetson Bennett jumped in, and he took that opportunity and ran with it, and he started winning games. And he was winning a whole lot of games, and he won 2 back-to-back national championships with Stetson Bennett. Some shit I never thought I would ever see. I would never thought Stetson Bennett can take Georgia to the championship game and win it, let alone come back and do it again the next following year. Like, that's very impressive, man, for a walk-on. That he got to be the greatest walk-on of all times in college football. Stetson Bennett is the greatest walk-on of all times. to win back-to-back national championships, you got to be you got to be the greatest. Like you is the greatest, cause I ain't never seen no walk on no shit like that, bro. You the greatest, and I tip my hat to him. Like I thought it was sus, but I tip my hat off to dude, man. Stetson Bennett is the truth for real. Like, he a winner, man. He just a winner, man. Like, he a winner. Yeah, you gotta. That's the foundation of a football team is your quarterback, man. If you ain't got a quarterback, bro, like you won't win a lot of games. Like you'll win some games, but you won't win the games that you really need to win if you ain't got that dude, that quarterback, man. You know what I'm saying? Just look at the NFL. Look at all the players that's winning. Patrick Mahomes, two-time MVP. You know what I'm saying? Two-time uh, championship, Super Bowl winner and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need a quarterback that can throw that rock, man. Now, you'll get a quarterback that can look up a run. You know what I'm saying? He'll have a great year running the football, just like Lamar Jackson. He had one good year running the football, and he won MVP doing that shit. But that's not a recipe for success if you want to last long in the NFL. You can't be running, man. You got to be able to throw the football and hit your target accurate. That's why Tua having so much success in the NFL, because he an accurate quarterback. He don't turn the ball over. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't turn that rock over. It's another quarterback too that be turning the ball over. I don't see how the hell Ryan Tannehill still got a starting position with the Tennessee Titans when he keep turning over the goddamn football like he do, man. He had 3 turnovers yesterday, man. 3 of them. Like they could have won that game yesterday if he wouldn't have turned the ball over, they would have won the game. I'm like, how the hell is this dude starting? How is he starting? He need to be benched. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. No, I need more people to follow me before I can be able to set that up, man. You know, I don't be on here like that. You know what I'm saying? I got clients that I'll be working with offline, and I'll be giving them my all invited attention because they paying clients, so I give a lot of my attention to my clients. So that's why I don't be on this live or coming on YouTube, dropping lives and all that. Like I'm just doing this because the NFL season just came back, and I want to talk about the NFL and these college games. I will be doing that weekly. Right. I will be doing that weekly. Every week I come back and talk about the NFL and then talk about college and what I saw and who I think that's gonna be there when the smoke clear. The San Francisco 49ers is gonna be one of them teams that's gonna be there when the smoke clear. Man, I don't see nobody beating them in the NFC. They gonna have a couple losses, but I'm talking about when they get to the playoffs. I don't see nobody beating San Francisco, bro. I don't even see Philadelphia beating them. Not what I saw yesterday from Philadelphia. I'm like, nah, this shit ain't. Nah, hell no. Nah, this shit can't beat no San Francisco, bro. San Francisco. Right, I feel you on that, man. You know what I'm saying? Just being a Cavalry man for years, man. Just watching college football, watching the NFL, watching the NBA. Like I've been watching this. I've been watching these sports for years, man. I ain't just turned on TV and just started watching football. Like I've been watching football for almost 20 some years, man. Same thing with the NBA and the NFL and college football. Like rivals like Ohio State and Michigan. I've been watching that rival forever. So for you to be a successful Catholic, you just got to know your sports. You got to know your sports, and you got to watch a whole lot of sports. A whole lot of sports, man. A whole lot of sports. Remember, I told you when I hit my 12-team parlay, I had went to the casino and dropped a 12-team parlay, and I hit it. And the casino told me I should be a capper. All right, that's what the casino told me. Like they like, man, you should cap games, man. They like, we ain't never seen nobody hit a 12 team. Back then, this is, we talking about 5 years ago. They was like, the casino told me ain't nobody ever came in here with a 12 team parlay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, great. All right. And that's when I started capping games. Yeah, the 49ers look like, man, they look like they going to the Super Bowl again, bro. They look like they going to the Super Bowl again. That defense, as long as, see, the only thing that can kill San Francisco is injuries. As long as they stay healthy, I'm talking about everybody from the quarterback all the way down. It's especially the quarterback. You saw when they lost the quarterback, 49ers won shit then. Like they ain't had no answer once they lost Brock Purdy. So as long as he don't get injured, the 49ers gonna be there, man. Like they gonna be there. Like, they look real good. Like I'm one of them, man. I just been doing I've been doing this for a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm 100 with my work. Like, you know what I'm saying? I give you the good, and I give you the bad too. You know, because it's all a part about gambling. You know what I'm saying? I tell about my losses just like I tell about my wins. You know what I'm saying? See, that's a real capper right there. When you can go and the capper can tell you how many wins he got, how many losses he got, or whatever plays he put in for the night. He can tell you about his losses and his wins. That's a real capper for you, man. If you go to somebody's page and the only thing they talking about is how they winning, you don't see no losses, then I'll be looking at that capper as suspect, man, because you gonna lose in sports betting. There's no such thing as, oh, I went on a 25-day winning streak. I won 25 days in a row. It's impossible for you to win 25 times in a row. Even if you did straight bets for 25 days in a row, you can't win 25 straight times. You're going to take some losses. So if a capper can't tell you about his losses, then I'll be looking at them as suspect. Penn State. No, see, there you go. See, you know what I'm saying? Like, there you go with that. See, that's what the odds makers, they be thinking that, man. See, this what I don't get with these odds makers, man. Like they'll go overblown if they see a team blow out another team. Then the next following week they be favored by so much because of what they did the last following week, and you can't go off that. Like, but that's how I be catching. That's how I be catching these books slipping, man, because they be giving out all these points and they don't even be watching. They don't know nothing about the history of these games, none of that, man. They just go off of what they did the week before. Oh, they blew somebody out. Oh, now they got to be favored by a gazillion points the next following week. And it's great for me because cappers like me and all the other sharks, they be jumping on those spreads. Like I was telling you about the Ohio State and Youngstown State spread, the 44-point spread. I'm like, man, there's no way. There's no way. I heard a couple of cappers talking about they was laying the 44 and a half. I'm like, what? You laying 44 and a half? Are you stupid? Like, I don't care what that team is. I'm not laying no 44 and a half with nobody. I don't care who they is. If I see 44 points, I'm taking that all day long in a college football game. Are you stupid? Like, I heard cappers saying they was laying the 44 and a half. I'm like, bro, hell no. Nah. I'm not with you on that. I'm taking the 44 and a half. Like, you got to show me Ohio State. You know how many touchdowns you got to get to cover that 44 and a half? Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think they can cover. Yeah, that's a little bit too many points, man. That's too many points. You know, if they was in Penn State, I'd pick Penn State to roll all day long. Penn State rolls at home. They got to go on the road, man. It's a whole different ball game, and it's a Big Ten matchup. The Big Ten matchup, man. Ohio State gonna lose before USC. USC got offense. They're going to always be in the game because of that offense. That offense is explosive. But Ohio State going to lose. They're going to lose before USC. Mark my words before that, man. They're going to lose before USC, man. USC offense is explosive. Way more explosive than Ohio State's offense. They only got one true number one receiver, and that's Marvin Harrison Jr. He the only one that really opened everything up. If you lock him down, shit, Ohio State locked down. Like, so I don't see it, man. USC will go up in Ohio State, and I think USC will blow Ohio State out because they wouldn't be able to keep up. Like, they wouldn't be able to keep up with that offense, man. Like, they ain't gonna be able to keep up, man. That quarterback they got back there, man, what's his name, Kyle McLeod or whatever. The jury's still out. Right, the jury's still out on him. I ain't sold on him yet. I need to see more wins. You know what I'm saying? I need to see more wins out of dude before I can crown him. Okay, he gonna be legit. Like, I need to see more wins. Go out there and beat Notre Dame. You earn my respect then. You go beat Notre Dame with Notre Dame, I give you respect. But I ain't got no faith in Ohio State quarterback. I ain't got no faith. Not what I've been seeing. No. You could sell that ship to somebody else. I ain't buying. I'm passing. Passing on Ohio State. I think Michigan gonna beat Ohio State again this year. No, but they look better than Ohio State. I bet you that. Michigan looked way better than Ohio State. Right. Michigan gonna beat Ohio State just off of toughness. Like, I just think that Michigan got more toughness than Ohio State. Like, even the coach, when he talks soft. He ain't got no bass in his voice and none of that shit. Right. When they was talking to the coach, I ain't hear no bass in his voice. Right. He at first I thought they was talking to a female. He was talking all light and shit. I'm like, is this the coach? Like, I didn't hear no bass in his voice. Like, his voice was all soft, and I'm like, nah. Like, yeah, the jury's still out on North Carolina too. Yeah, you right about that. Yeah, I ain't sold on Mac Brown. I'm not sold on Mac Brown, man. He got to show me more. I need to see more from Mac Brown. I need to see more. Those two teams you beat up on. I mean, you barely survived against Appalachian State, man. They had y'all as a 19-point favorite, and y'all barely beat them by 2 points, 3 points, double overtime, man. I'm not sold on North Carolina, man. That shit look trash. I'm not sold on North Carolina. The jury's still out on North Carolina. But what I've been seeing these last 2 weeks, I'm not sold on that. I'm not sold on Clemson, even though they still didn't get to cover it. That spread was 51.5. They didn't cover that spread. Like, I'm not sold on Clemson's quarterback. I think they quarterback is suspect. As soon as he run up across the team, they got some work like they did against Duke. They gonna get exposed again. Like, truth be told, I think Notre Dame gonna steamroll the whole conference. The whole conference getting steamrolled by Notre Dame. Notre Dame is the real deal, Holyfield. I think they're going to get into the playoffs. That's how high I got Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame going to get to the playoffs this year. Yeah, Notre Dame is for real. Like, man, they real deal Holyfield. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nothing sus about Notre Dame. They can throw the football. They can run the football. They got like 3-4 running backs. They can wear you down. You know what I'm saying? They got a quarterback that can strike you down. And then, just the best part about Notre Dame, they got a defense. That's the best part of Notre Dame. They got a great defense that can shut you down. Ain't gonna be no going back and forth. We're going back and forth up and down the court, up and down the field all day. What did they just do to NC State? I seen cappers all over YouTube talking about NC State is my lock plus 7.5, and I was just sitting back like laughing, like there's no way NC State can compete with Notre Dame. Like that was an easy winner right there. Notre Dame minus the points, like man, because I'm looking at your quarterback and your team, and I'm like, you almost lost to UConn in week 1. All right, so you know what I'm saying? You almost lost to your quarterback in week 1. Let me see, top 5 teams that impressed me so far. I'm gonna say Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, uh, Miami, Florida. They impressed me. Florida State. That's another team that's very impressed with Florida State. They're gonna be there at the end. They got dogs. Florida State got dogs. That's 4. I'm gonna have to go with Georgia. Man. You know, the reigning national champion, still undefeated, still they kicking ass and taking names. Like ain't nobody beating them. They smacking everything they come across. You know, all right, so until you beat the champs, you know what I'm saying? Like until somebody beat Georgia, everybody should pipe down. Right, man. Until you beat Georgia, pipe down. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? It's the Kirby Smart show right now. You know, Kirby Smart owns the SEC right now. He is the king of the SEC. I know the rest of the SEC salty about that, but do something about it then. If you so salty that Georgia keep winning all these national championships and keep winning all these SEC championships, do something about it. Go out there and win the game. But you can't do it. You can't beat him. Look at all them players that Georgia sent to the NFL. They were just showing Philadelphia's defense yesterday. They had like 10 guys that they had drafted off of that Georgia defense that won the national title. Shit, it was about 10 guys I saw off that defense. Oh, yeah, you know, quarterbacks can always put up numbers. Hell yeah. Man, if Tua keep putting up numbers that if he keep putting up he ain't even got to do 466 every week. All he got to do, just do 400. If you can do 400 a week, he gonna win MVP. If he put up 400 every week, he gonna win MVP. He gonna have about 6,000 yards. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have about 6,000 yards passing. He gonna win MVP. But that's my MVP for week 1. Tua is MVP for week 1. Like he balled out, man. He balled out. Him and Tyreek. We might have to say co-MVPs. We might have to put Tyreek up there as Tyreek Hill as my co-MVP. Right? He gonna be my co-MVP. And then I'm gonna put Tua as the MVP, but Tyreek is the co-MVP. That tandem looked unstoppable. I'm like, man, you're gonna need a top flight defense to lock that down. Like, and then even if you do lock down Tyreek Hill, you got Jaden Waddle on the other side. Like, man, defensive coordinator is gonna be up all night trying to slow that down. Like, man, I don't know how you do it. Right? You're gonna have to have some hellified athletes to slow that down. You're gonna need Deion Sanders on one side. You're gonna need Champ Bailey on the other side. Like, man, you're gonna need some Hall of Fame athletes to slow that shit down. Like, for real. Like, because 2 of them look real good. Oh man, I ain't sold on him. I ain't sold on his brother. His brother mediocre. Right. The one in Maryland, he mediocre. He don't look that impressive to me, man. They were struggling. They struggled against Charlotte Saturday, man. They struggled, man. I thought his brother would have came in the season and looked better than that, man. He didn't look all that. They won the game, but I was not impressed. I was not impressed in what I saw. I was not impressed at all. And they put him on Saturday night, like they was on primetime TV. And I'm like, this Tua brother, like, I pass. That's a pass. Especially when they see the big boys of the Big Ten, when they got to see Penn State, when they got to see Michigan, when they got to see Ohio State. That's when he gonna crumble. All right, he gonna crumble like he do every year. See, he can beat all these other little small teams like Northwestern, Rutgers, you know what I'm saying, Temple. You know, he could beat all them little teams, but when you got to step up and fight and play the big boys, that's when he gonna fold. That's when you gonna see the picks. He picks to the house like he did last year. He kept going interceptions, you know, like so. Yeah, I ain't got no faith in him, man. If he playing some mediocre squad, I favor him over a mediocre squad. But like I said, they ain't even cover that spread last week. That spread was 25 and a half. And you at home on national TV and you couldn't get it done. Pathetic, man. Pathetic. Charlotte ain't all that, man. You can't cover a spread like that against Charlotte, man. That was a pathetic performance, man. Pathetic, man. Miami receivers. Oh shit! See, that's what they needed. They needed Jalen Ramsey out there too, because uh, Justin Herbert he balled out too. It just went all Tua. Tua got all the glory because he won the game, but Justin Herbert balled out. He put up 5 touchdowns. I mean, he didn't put up all 5 by himself, but they had 35 points. You're right. He is doing the JT Daniels shit. You're right. You're exactly right. I put Tua on the same level as JT Daniels. You're right about that, man. You was right about that, bro. For real. Like I got him on the same level as JT Daniels, man. Because I'm like, man, as long as he don't have to see the big boys, he'll be all right. It's just when he see the big boys, that's when little Tua fold. You know, you need big bro for the big boys. You know what I'm saying? Your big brother up here MVP status. You know what I'm saying? Big bro MVP status. He just got to stay healthy. Like that's all. If Tua stay healthy, if he don't get no concussions, because that was his problem last year, he kept getting concussions. So as long as he can stay healthy, man, the Miami Dolphins, they might win that division. Matter of fact, I think they is gonna win the division. Yeah, they're gonna win the division because I'm telling you, man, Buffalo overrated, the Jets overrated too. Like they both of them overrated. Like they overrated, bro. Like I think Miami, they got a better offense than Buffalo and the Jets. Like Miami offense is explosive, man, because they got 2 number ones. Like, I know Tyreek Hill's the number 1, but Jalen Waddle ain't no slouch. Like Jalen Waddle is not no slouch. He'll be a number 1 on anybody else's team. So it's 1A, 1B with them 2 wide receivers in Hill and Waddle. Like that's 1A, 1B. Like if you ain't got no DBs and safeties that can keep up, you're gonna get torched like how you got torched Sunday. You're gonna get torched. But I tell you one secondary that I do like in the NFL. I love the 49ers secondary. That secondary looked physical, strong, physical. You know what I'm saying? I love a secondary like that. Yeah, he living in the shadows of Big Brother. Yeah. Cause see, when you say tour, the first thing people think of, they think of Big Brother tour. They don't never think of Little Brother tour. You know what I'm saying? Like when you say tour, you thinking of Big Brother tour from the quarterback for Miami Dolphins. You ain't thinking about the quarterback from from Maryland Terrapins. Nah, nah, you talk about Big Bro. It's all about Big Bro right now. And he gonna get in the league. His brother gonna get in the league just off the strength of his big brother. That's how he gonna get in the league because of his name. His name gonna get him in the league. All right. So somebody gonna draft him. But you know what? Dion them looking real good, man. Dion them making us some money, man. He making us great money. Like, you know what I'm saying? He came out week 1. I did sprinkle some money on the money line of Colorado money line when they was 20-point underdogs. I did have some money on that money line, and he came through. I took the points and I went with the money line, and both of them cashed. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, the bookies got smacked in that game. Then they come back, get smacked again against Nebraska, making them a 3-point favorite. Like, what? Just only 3 points, man? Lovely, man. We about to cash out on you again and shit. Yeah. Peyton Manning was a monster when he had Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison. He stayed in the AFC Championship game, Super Bowl. Man, Manning, the first quarterback ever. I think he got 5 MVPs. Like, yeah, he got 5 MVPs, man. I don't think we'll ever see a quarterback get 5 MVPs of the league. Like, we ain't gonna see no shit like that. That's why Manning on all these NFL commercials, because he got them 5 MVPs in them Super Bowls. You know, we'll never see a quarterback get 5 MVPs. Like, man, it's gonna be a long time for you to see somebody. Mahomes got 2, but shit, you still need 3 more. Like, you know how hard it is to win MVP of the NFL? I mean, that shit hard as fuck. Now you gotta be great every week. You can't take no days off. When he was in his prime, every year he was starting off the season 8-0, 9-0, 10-0, 11-0, 12-0, every year and shit. Yeah, Colorado State and Colorado. Yeah, that is this weekend. This might be a trap game. This feel like a trap game, man. This feel like a trap game for Colorado. You know, I hope they don't play down to their competition, man, because that's what these teams do. They look on their schedule, they see Colorado State and they trash, and these teams they might come out and play down to their competition and shit, man, for real, man. You know what I'm saying? Emotions ran high last week because Nebraska and Colorado was a rival. You know what I'm saying? That's a rival. And then that was on national TV. Same thing with TCU. I don't know if that Colorado State game gonna be on TV. I don't know. I'm pretty much sure somebody gonna have him on their TV. Somebody gonna have him on there. One of them stations gonna pick that up. But this could be a letdown spot. You know what I'm saying? This could be a letdown spot right here. I just got to see how the odds makers, to see what they think. Because you got to think, man, the odds makers in Vegas, man, they got to be some MIT guys, like some real smart guys that know. That's all they do is crunch numbers all day long. Like, the odds maker, whoever set the lines for these games, they got to be rich. Like, I know you a millionaire, billionaire, and shit. Because some of these games, they be spot on with these spreads, man. Some of them, they be off. What's the first half spread? Because I think the full game was what, 24 and a half? That's a tall task, man. See, the odds makers trying to get their money back. They trying to get their money back, man. Like, you know, honestly, they don't like losing, man. Like, they will lose, you know what I'm saying? They got to take losses. They got to take losses because that's part of the game. So, you know what I'm saying? Odds makers take losses just like we take losses. They just take fewer losses. You know what I'm saying? Because they set the odds and shit. But they trying to get their money back with this spread. You know, I bet you that spread probably like 24, 25, 26 and a half, something like that. And they think the public gonna jump back on Colorado again this week. Like, yeah, they got all that money in week 1 and week 2, and they think the public gonna jump back on Colorado for week 3. Like, oh, they can cover that 25, 26 and a half point spread. That's nothing. Like, and then come Saturday, they be in a dog fight all the way to the end, and they kick a field goal to win the game. And the odds makers be laughing, running off with everybody's money. You know, so when you've been doing this for a long time, you see all the little tricks and the trades that these odds makers be doing, man. I be seeing it. The public don't see it, but I be seeing it. Because I've been doing this for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no spring chicken, man. I ain't no spring chicken at all. I've been doing this for a long time. Long time, bro. But like I said, if the spread 25, then you have to cut that in half. So it probably might be 15 the first half. So if it's 25, it'd probably be like 13 and a half. Hey, I like that parlay. I like that parlay, man. Hey, man, the only thing I don't like about Milwaukee, man, is because they be playing with their food, man. Like Milwaukee Brewers be playing with their food, bro. Like they'll give up 3, 4 runs early in the game, and then you know what I'm saying. They'll wait till like the 5th or the 6th or the 7th inning to try to come back and win the game. Like they don't take the game seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like they be all over the place, man. Tampa Bay Rays been on fire. You know what I'm saying? Tampa Bay been on fire and shit. That's one thing. They've been on fire. Yeah, I knew it was gonna. Yeah, 20. That's the first half spread. 22 and a half. That can't be the. Yeah, it gotta be. Nah, that can't be because that means that the full game would be like 40 something. So I know it. That got to be the full game spread. Yeah, that's the full game spread. 22 and a half. Man, like I said, the odds makers trying to get their money back, man. The odds makers are trying to get their money back from Colorado. They making that spread 22 and a half. So the first half would be 12 then, 12 and a half or something like that. I don't know. I had to do my research on Colorado State. I gotta see what's I gotta see I gotta see what they gonna do. Yankees. Yeah, that's the full game. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It had them in the full game, 22 and a half. So the first half would probably be what, 12, 12 and a half, something like that. I don't know. See, I stay away from rival games, bro. I stay away from games like that. Colorado State, New Mexico State. I stay away from games like that because anything can happen. That's a rival. You know what I'm saying? So I stay away from that. There's other games on the schedule that got me intrigued. That I'm gonna put some money on. I see other games on the schedule that look like major locks this week. They look like major locks, but I still got to go through the vetting process. It take time, man. It take time. Got to go through the vetting process, man. with these teams. But it's a couple of games on here I really, really, really like. 59 and a half. That's a high over too. Shit. 59. That's almost 60 goddamn points, man. I told you the odds makers trying to get their money back, man. They done lost their money in the last 2 weeks on Colorado. They trying to get that money back, man. They trying to get that shit back, man. 59 and a half. Man. Crazy. Yeah, they tripping. Yeah, they tripping for real. Yankees under, Mets money line. You know what? I ain't even been like locked in. I've been locked in on baseball because I got a couple clients that like baseball and stuff. So, but the Mets, they one of them teams, man. Like you don't know what you gonna get, man. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like so, I love the Yankees under. I love that under. But the Mets, man, they wish washy, man. Like, wish washy. Like the, you'll think today is the day, and then they go out there and lay an egg, and then come back tomorrow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they wish washy, man. I don't like wish washy, man. I like, you know what I'm saying? I want a consistent team, man. Consistent team go out there and win, man. I don't like that, win one game, then lose five straight, then win again, lose five more. Like, nah, it's crunch time now, too, man. We coming out of crunch time in baseball. There's only like 13, 14 games left. In baseball, done. We're going to be in playoff mode. Now, flat 59. Yeah, we take the under. Damn, I wish I could have got that shit at 59 in the hook. Right. I still like the under 59, though. That's too many points, man. That's too many points, man. I don't see that many points coming from no Colorado State. I don't see that many points coming. 59 points. It's going down. It's going down. So about time Friday come, we might be looking at 50, 54, 53. Right? Might be 52. Right? It might trim down 7 points, like because the odds makers made that shit too high. Right? They're telling you they trying to get their money back, man. Yeah, depending on what the over was. The first over I saw on the first game was 9.5. I like that 9.5. The 10, that means you got to get 11 runs to hit that 10. Right? I love the 9.5 like all day long. Right? Love that. Right? With the 10, I don't know. But the Braves, they've been on fire lately. But Philly got pitching. Philly do got pitching. That's one thing I can't say. They got good pitching, man, because they beat ATL in the playoffs last year off pitching and good hitting. They shut down Atlanta. That all-star lineup Atlanta Braves they got shut down by the Phillies. I don't know what the over and under is on the second game. I know the first game I saw it was 9.5. I like that over. You know, they have some type of contest out there in Las Vegas or whatever. I don't know how the contests work or whatever. Like, I guess everybody put in for their team or whatever, and then I don't know how that shit work. Like, how the fuck that shit work? I don't know. But it was like $9 million in this pot. It's a big pot in Vegas. Like everybody put their money in. I think it was like $9 million in the pot. And if your team's still surviving at the end of the season, you get all the money. I don't know how they work, but I just saw a whole bunch of teams lose yesterday, and they released how many people lost their money, or they did lose their money because they entered into a contest. It cost, I think the contest was like $500 a head to get into that contest in Sierra Sports, the sports book out there in Vegas. So you entered your money into this contest, and you picked the team that you thought was going to be standing at the end of the season or whatnot. A whole bunch of people lost yesterday, and I said, whoever put their money into that contest, they just lost their money, like it's over. And then the books they just sent me a message saying that whoever wins the contest get all the money. So I mean, I don't care. Like, I mean, I know the casino gets something. Right? I know they ain't just put on no. I know the casino ain't stupid like that to have a contest and don't get a cut of that. Like, I know they got a cut of that, man. Like, you're not having no contest, you don't get no cut. Like, you gonna get a cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoever win the contest gonna get the majority of the money. But I know the house gonna get something off that shit. They ain't putting together no contest and they don't get no cut. That'd be bad business for the casino. So I know they getting some money. So they is getting somebody's money because somebody lost. A whole bunch of people lost last night. I think like 1,900 people lost their money in that contest, and it's like 9,000 people still alive in the contest. And I'm like, next Sunday it's gonna be some more people that lose their money in that game. Like, so they losing their money. Just all that money ain't going to the casino, but they getting a cut of that. You'll be a fool to think they just gonna hand over $9 million and don't get a cut. Come on, man. This Vegas, man. They didn't build Vegas off winners. They built Vegas off losers. That's why every time you go to Vegas, they got a new casino, new casino, new casino, new casino, new casino, new casino, new casino. They building that shit off losers, man. People go to Vegas every day thinking that they gonna win the lottery, thinking they gonna, oh, I'm gonna hit this parlay, I'm gonna hit this, I'm gonna hit that. Go out there and lose all they goddamn money, go home broken a motherfucker, man. That's how Vegas keep putting up casinos every time you look around, man. Yeah, hell yeah, they be double. Come on, man. Come on, man. Anytime you see, look, when you go to somebody's page and they telling you about sponsors, no, I'm a sponsor with this book, this gambling book. I'm a sponsor with this gambling book. I'm a sponsor with this gambling book. That means that this gambling book is paying them to probably, place wagers. Like, look, I want you to go to this book, use my code, and you're gonna get 50% off for your deposit or whatever. Use my code and place this bet that I'm giving you. And the casinos could be paying them to tell them that shit. Like, I know they is, man. I'm not stupid, man. So anytime I go to somebody's page and they telling me about a sponsor, or you working with this book, or you working with that book, I'm gonna always look at you suspect because you getting paid by a book. Your plays, I can't take your plays for face value because you get paid by a book. So I don't know if you giving me a genuine play or you just giving me a play that the bookies told you to go online and tell everybody to take these plays. I don't know if they telling you that when you sitting here telling me you locked in with a book. So I got to look at you sideways when you tell me you locked in with a book. I'm gonna look at you scatness now, like, and that's what everybody should look like. Everybody should do that. When you're working with a book, you should always be suspect of anybody plays if they telling you, look, I work for DraftKings, I work for FanDuel, I work for Bet 365, I work for Bet MGM or any sports book. If they say they work for them, you always got to look at them with a microscope on, like, is they really genuine about these plays, or they just throwing some shit out there that the bookies told them to, you know what I'm saying, to tell the public so they can get the money flowing in one direction, then the other direction. Like, so I'm always skeptical when I go to anybody page and they telling me that they link with a book or something like that. Like, I can't take you for face value when you say you linked in with a book because they could be paying you. See, I don't know that. I'm not getting paid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting paid. You getting paid strictly for me. I don't get paid by no book, no DraftKings, no Bet365, no FanDuel, none of that shit. Now I done had books hit me up and try to give me offers and link up with them, and I turned it down because I didn't want no percentage that they was talking about. They kept saying we'll give you a percentage based off of whoever sign up and make a deposit, and I'm like, I don't want no percentage. I want money up front. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no percentage of nothing, because how do I know? How would I know? First of all, how would I know who coming to your site making a deposit using my code? You know what I'm saying? Like, how would I know that? So I'm like, and that's how they would pay me, by how many people sign up and use the code. That's how I would get a check. But I'm like, if don't nobody sign up you know what I'm saying, the usual book, I ain't gonna get paid. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, I wanna check up front. Pay me a flat fee up front, and then I'll drop whatever you want me to drop. I'm not going with no percentage. All of them try to come at me with a percentage, and I turned it down. That's the reason why I turned it down. I don't want no percentage. Right? I want a flat fee. Bring me a flat fee, something decent. You got it. You got the money. Bring me a flat fee, and you never know what could happen. But if I did link up with a book, I'll be genuine with my plays, like I am on YouTube with my parlays. Like, ain't nothing gonna change. You just gonna see who I am. That's all. But ain't nothing gonna change. I'm gonna still be 100. I'm gonna still give it my all. I'm gonna still keep my clients, and I'm gonna still go hard every week. So it wouldn't change me. I'm the same person every day, man. I don't change because I get a couple of coins in my pocket, man. I'm the same person every day, man. No, same person every day. If I had $5, or if I had $200, if I had 10,000, million, I'm the same guy every day. You know, so yeah, you go to somebody's page and they getting paid by a book, man. You always want to, you always want to look with a telescope frame. Like, is they truly giving me a genuine play, or is they just giving me a play to lose my money? Yeah, like, cause most of these people that are on YouTube, they got sponsors. They all got sponsors. Like, I've been going. I even went back to some of the guys that when I first came on YouTube that was capping. They got sponsors. And I'm like, damn, all these people got sponsors, and I'm like, I should have multiple sponsors, but I'm like, I turned it down because I didn't want no percentage. Right? I don't want no percentage, right? You know, you get that to somebody else, and that's what they did. They gave it to somebody else. Like, I turned it down. I turned like 5, 6 offers down from books to do capping and all that. I don't want no percentage, right? Like, I've been in the game for a long time. I deserve way more than a percentage, for real. But damn, I need to get up off here, man. I've been on here for an hour and 40 minutes, man. Hey, it was nice talking to you, Mr. Turner. Nice chopping it up with you, man. You know, I'll be back for my recap of my college football. I'll probably drop that Sunday, and then I'm definitely coming back after all the NFL games come. That'll be Monday when I recap and everything in the NFL, because I want to put Monday's nice game in that too. So you'll see me again Saturday, and then I'm gonna come back again Monday. Well, probably Tuesday, because Monday night, that's Monday night game, so it'll be Tuesday. So Saturday and Tuesday. And I'll holler at y'all, man. I hope y'all have a great day, man.